level. We ready to make boards. Oh yeah. Go add this to the roof. We're just leaving all of these boards live edge. We're just gonna lay them up here. We cut them super thick, almost an inch, not quite an inch, I don't think. What are these things? I believe they're 7/8 thick, super heavy duty. Cut them a little long, so we're gonna have some extra. Down tight. how we're doing it. Mill a board, bring it over here and put it on the roof until we got this whole thing covered. Two down. Smell another. Number 3. Oh boy. Quite a bit of milling and drilling to do. That's not even a quarter of the way. You're getting it in. Getting it in. Looking very nice so far. 3 boards down. Number 4. Day number 2, or the next day. I figured I should turn the camera on. I think we put these 5 up yesterday. This is my 4th one today. I've been milling like crazy, trying to get this roof covered. For sure. And it looks like we're more than halfway. And we're about halfway through the tree, so I'm almost positive we're gonna have enough boards out of this tree to cover this roof. Ooh, we are getting there. 9 boards so far. Looking awesome. Nice and sturdy. Very sturdy roof. Now it's easier to see how I was saying there's gonna be exhaust ventilation over the walls through the rafters. All the way around. So exhaust to be able to go up over the wall, through the rafters, also in the back, all around the whole thing. And it's also going to be the same in the front, just all the way around it. We got exhaust where it'll just rise up. And here's the tree. I went ahead, did a face cut this morning on the second part of it, the second 16 foot of the tree. So now I'm going to come back, start milling more off of this one. Just kind of, I wanted to get that one down and get some boards out of that one while it's still standing up off the ground. Oh yeah, we're getting it in. Both logs are about halfway. That second one's not quite halfway, I don't think. So we got plenty more. We are so close. This is looking awesome. Which, I mean, all of this up here is gonna be covered, but it's gonna look super nice inside. It looks like we need like 3 more to finish. And I don't know if I can get 3 out of that saw's sitting on. I think I might only be able to get like 2, but I'm gonna try. And then we got this one here. We might be able to get 1 more out of that, but it's kind of flimsy and getting real thin on the end. I think we're gonna make it work, I hope. I think this might be a record. I don't know how many boards I've milled in a day or 2, but this is definitely pushing a record. Whew, look at this. Man, we're about to have us a solid roof. And I tell you, I'm starting to drag ass now. Whew, I have been hustling today non-stop. But we're getting it in. Trying to get this thing covered today, man. The thing about these logs is you would think I could get 3 out of that, but this bottom one's actually gonna be the face. So we're seeing 2 there, but then at the end of the log it gets thin. I'm definitely thinking we can get 2 out of this. And then this one is kind of paper thin on the end here. I think I might be able to mill long enough to make it work, because as you can see they're sticking out pretty far. I don't know if that's 3 foot. It looks like it. So I'm guessing if I like mill to there, we can make this work. So hopefully that'll be 1, 2, and 3. And they'll be wide enough to fit up there. 1, 2, 3. I really hope it works. Ooh, buddy. I think we made it. I think we made it. Oh yeah. We made it. Pull this board up a little bit. Whew, man. Might have a little bit of gap in this one. But this is just really supporting the metal anyway, so the gaps are okay. They actually look all right anyway. Maybe I should flip this one. I think I'm gonna flip this one around. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh yeah. Dang, I lost y'all there. Gotta watch the vibration. Man, I had to take my boots off. I've been walking so much. Man. Yeah, we'll have a little bit of gap there, but that is fine with me. Just fine with me. Hang out a little bit at the top. Woo! I think we made it. I think we made it. Down the middle there. Now I got a lot of screwing. I put 2 screws on every board and every beam. I need to go and add another screw to all of those because I want this screwed down really good. Oh, come here, screws. This is all going to be covered up anyway, so I got a little bit more gap in these last 2 just to make them work, because we ate that whole tree up and there's nothing left to use out of it except for the log faces. That ain't nothing but sawdust left. Top of the tree up there, it's so crooked and messed up. That ain't gonna be nothing but firewood. Boy, we just covered this whole freaking roof, man. The whole thing. Oh yeah. I'm putting metal over this anyway. Eventually we'll get there. So these gaps really don't matter. You're barely gonna see these from the inside. It's all this part really that you're gonna see mostly from inside. That's cool. These gaps are all right, because they're gonna be covered up, and I would actually like to cover this whole thing with tar like I did the little cabin. That way any moisture that gets through the metal roof won't rot the wood, because it'll be protected on the top with tar in between the wood and the metal. Oh yeah. I had to take my boots off, put on my bedroom shoes, man. I couldn't hardly walk anymore. I walked back and forth so much today, carrying these tools, wood, back and forth, pulling these boards up here. Holy cow. Let's see. Do a hand measurement here, about knuckle deep. Knuckle deep. Screwing it down. honestly, since we're covering it with metal and tar, I really don't have to go overboard with the screws. I mean, 2 in every rafter. I think that's good enough. I'd hate to go too overboard. It's kind of a waste of money. I mean, it's just a generator shed, and once I put the tar on here, the tar between these roof boards and the metal, I mean, that'll make this freaking last forever. And then we got the overhang around all the sides. I like to do all my buildings like that, like the cabin. The cabin actually has a 2-foot overhang all the way around it. It just protects the walls and the wood from getting weathered. It hardly ever gets wet unless there's a storm coming in and blowing wind sideways. Just normal rains, it'll rain, drip off the back, and the walls never even get wet. So that's why I like to go out of my way and make sure I do the 2-foot overhang. Even this one has got a little more than a foot overhang in the front, close to 2 on that side, about 1 foot on the side with the door, and then I think about 2 foot in the back. These walls will hardly ever get wet. Knuckle deep. Man, I feel like I've accomplished. Dropping this crazy tree yesterday. Putting these 5 boards, 4 boards, yeah, 5 boards yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 boards today. Man, we got it in. And I'm feeling it too. I feel like I got it in, for sure. Oh yeah. I actually really wanted to trim this side off, do a chalk line. I'm gonna cut a straight edge on this side here. Then I'm gonna do my calculations of how much metal I need and how far it's gonna go, because this has lesser hangout here, like a foot, but we pretty much have another foot of board sticking out. So I could go out another foot and actually have the 2-foot overhang over here. I just have to measure and make sure that my metal is gonna come out right. I could, you know, I don't know, I'm not gonna explain all that, but you know what I'm saying. There's a certain measurement that it's gonna reach to, so I have to figure that out and see how far I can go out without basically wasting 2 panels. It looks like I'm gonna need some 10-footers, like a 10-foot and then an 8-foot, because this is 16 foot. So I think they sell them in 10 and 8. So I'm gonna need a 10 and then an 8, and then it's gonna overlap up to 2 foot, depending on how far it sticks out and how far it sticks out in the back. So Yeah, it's a little bit of figuring things out. If I was smart and thinking more clearly when I started putting these boards up, instead of having these boards on this side hanging out, I could have had them all hanging out on this side and actually had a covered porch. Man, I don't know why I didn't think of that. That would have been pretty smart. Not a porch, but at least a hangout over the doors. Wow, that would have been a lot smarter. We could always do that later, I guess, because I am not unscrewing all of those, but that would have been smart. I actually also thought that I could frame up this wall and have maybe some firewood storage or something like that, but I'm just gonna cut them off, use them for something else, and it just is what it is. Look at that. We got roof boards covering this whole thing. How awesome is that? Dang right. The whole roof is covered. Look at them pretty trees in here. Matching tree inside. Got our generator, gas motor, small engine little workbench here. Fancy doors. I was really hoping I was going to have enough boards out of this poplar tree to cover up that crack. We'll do that the next tree we mill. Man, look at that. We are just all closed in. Got that fancy live edge framework. Man. Next, we have to work on our exhaust back here. We're gonna cage it in. We're gonna decorate it with wood. We gotta trim these boards on the side over here. Then we gotta measure and figure out the measurement to square it up, to cut this side square with that side. That way all of our metal goes up square, you know, with one side to the other. That's pretty important. Also, we're gonna cover the whole top with tar. The inside's gonna stay plain and beautiful like this. The top is gonna be tarred and all black and weather resistant, that way, because we're just gonna have our metal just laying flat on these boards up here and screwed through all of these boards, or not all of them, but that's what we're screwing to. We'll get lucky here and there and hit these rafters, but mostly it's going to be screwed through these roof boards. It'll be protected between the metal and the board. That way any moisture or whatever you call it going kind of through the metal, cooling, heating up during the summer and then cooling at night, kind of causes moisture. So I want a layer of tar protecting the boards up there, because poplar really does like to mold. So that's one thing when working with poplar, you really want to keep it dry. The drier you keep it, the better. It seems to last forever when you keep it super dry. I hope y'all enjoyed past couple days of milling my butt off, covering this roof. I need to look back. How long is it taking me to build this? A couple weeks. It's not bad for a couple weeks, I guess. I think it's been about a couple weeks I've been actually working on this thing. It's been a little longer since I built the actual workbench here. That's been a little longer than a couple weeks, but I think it's been a couple weeks that we have really seriously started framing this thing and everything. Man, I couldn't be happier. I cannot wait. Start working on this back part, get this caged in. Oh, we got this right here. I think this is what we're using. Cage in the back, add some wood to decorate it. Oh yeah. I've come up with some ideas for this back wall too. I was thinking about like a window. No, I got some other ideas for this whole wall right here. I have a pretty cool idea for that. Then under it, this side over here too, probably. We got space in here to do stuff. Nothing but ideas. One man to do them all, so we'll get there eventually. A lot of chainsaw milling. If y'all want to help a brother out, I got ways in the description to support the channel if you would like to. If you can't, I get it, you know. Life's tough. And I love you guys. Thank you for all your help, all your support, all your thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the Dang Right channel because I got more stuff coming up. And the more I accomplish, the more it's going to make me want to do. And I'm getting better at milling. I'm starting to mill faster and getting in my groove. I'm starting to learn how to make these boards. So we're going to have endless building. As long as I'm here on this property, we're going to be milling and building and turning trees into lumber. And being creative while we're doing it like this. Hopefully adding cool trees like this in our projects. Using freaking trees as posts. Doing all kinds of live edge beauty. You know, what else we got to do? Love you. See you in the next one.